Two of the richest men alive just called each other scammers, and one of them will not stop posting about it. The other man hit back with one cold line. One of their companies is worth $500 billion. The other just ran the biggest IPO in history. A jury killed Musk's lawsuit in about 90 minutes. Now Apple is suing one of them for stealing secrets. So who is actually scamming who here? Underneath the insults, it's a race for chips in space. So let's start at the beginning. And honestly, it's pettier than you'd think. It started with Musk, hammering Altman on X for days straight. "Scam Altman is super good at scamming," he wrote. Then he went further. "First you stole an open source charity, then all of Apple's phone tech." Altman barely blinked. His reply was a single line. "Homeboy, you're the one selling investors on short-term space data centers." Altman's real tell, he joked, is that Elon's obsessed with him again, and half the internet started typing the same thing. Here's what makes it strange. These two built the same company, together. Rewind 10 years, and the roles completely flip. In 2015, they founded OpenAI as a nonprofit, open to everyone. Musk put in about $44 million of his own money. In 2018, he wanted to run the whole thing. The board said no. He left. Then OpenAI got famous and rich without him. He seeded it with that money, then walked away owning none of what it became. So in 2024, he sued, saying they stole a charity. The irony is in the name. OpenAI promised to give its research away. Now it's the most closed lab there is. He demanded more than $130 billion paid back, and he wanted Altman and Greg Brockman thrown out for good. The thing he was fighting was this split, signed last October. A charity that now owns less of itself than Microsoft does. That was his whole case. Microsoft had wired in around $13 billion and now owns 27%. Money like that doesn't stay a donation. A nonprofit could only promise investors a capped payout. Big money wanted real ownership, so the cap had to go. The trial ran this spring in Oakland, California. Musk testified, Altman testified. It got personal on the stand. Then the jury came back in about 90 minutes. He lost. The reason wasn't the merits. He simply waited too long to sue. His lawyer's answer to all of it was one word: appeal. It got dirtier too. OpenAI claims XAI staff wiped evidence off disappearing message apps. So why the word scam at all? Follow the money, because both men are now raising sums that used to sound made up. Raising money on a promise is old news. Raising $500 billion on one is not. Musk's XAI hit a $230 billion valuation. The cash poured in, $20 billion in one round, Nvidia included. Then XAI folded straight into SpaceX, which went public in June. Folding XAI into SpaceX puts the rockets, Starlink, and the AI in one basket investors can buy at once. Which means anyone buying SpaceX stock now also owns a slice of his AI bet. Now put the two empires next to each other. OpenAI's sales are real, already in the billions a year, but that price tag bets they grow many times over. OpenAI quietly filed for its own IPO the same month SpaceX did. So here's the real accusation, hiding under the schoolyard insults. Each one says the same thing about the other. You're selling investors a future you can't deliver. Altman's jab about space, Musk really does want to put servers in orbit. Why orbit? The sun never sets, the cold is free cooling, and no grid or permit blocks you. The catch is brutal. Every rack has to survive a rocket launch, then years of radiation without a reboot. When a server dies up there, nobody drives out to swap it. On Earth, you replace it. In orbit, it's gone. Musk's jab back? That OpenAI is burning billions it doesn't yet have. Even Altman admits it. In his own words, they're losing money on their heaviest users and plan to outspend their income for years. And then Apple walked right into the middle of the fight. On July 10th, Apple sued OpenAI, claiming it stole secrets to build hardware. Apple's claim is blunt. Its own people walked out the door with what they knew and carried it straight to OpenAI. OpenAI is building a gadget with Jony Ive. Apple says those are its people. OpenAI paid over $6 billion for Jony Ive's tiny startup. Apple says the ideas inside were never for sale. But Musk sued Apple first, back in 2025. His claim, Apple buried Grok so ChatGPT could ride on every iPhone. Apple wired ChatGPT into more than 1 billion of its devices. Grok got left standing at the door, so follow the arrows. Everybody in this story is suing somebody. Strip all of it away, and the fight is really about one thing: compute. Strip the jargon. Every answer these bots give burns real power. More users, more chips, more electricity. No shortcut. OpenAI is building Stargate, a data center empire out in Abilene, Texas. The plan? $500 billion in computers and the power to run them. It's already pulling more than a gigawatt, straining the local grid. The chips are for sale. The power to run them is not. That's the fight nobody tweets about. So both camps are now fighting power companies and permit offices, not just each other. Musk's answer sits in Memphis. A supercomputer he named Colossus, and the one name funding both sides? Nvidia. The house always wins. Look closer and it loops. Nvidia invests in XAI. XAI spends it on Nvidia chips, the cash circles home. Send money out one door, then count it as sales at another. That move even has a name: vendor financing. They poach each other's researchers too, with pay packages worth tens of millions. Why hand one engineer 20 million? Because a few of them carry the whole recipe in their heads. Here's the honest doubt. The models aren't nearly as far apart as the money is. Grok 4.5 shipped July 8th. OpenAI answered the very next day. Altman just shrugged and called his the best model in the world. So look at the leaderboard everyone actually checks. But best is one benchmark, and one day apart. That's the whole risk. If the models stop leaping, somebody is holding a $500 billion bag. That's what scam really means here. Not a con, a bet. The same two men who once built OpenAI together, each now sure the other is running a bluff. And this June, they sold tickets to that bet to the rest of us.